Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been tuning in and sharing my videos. It's really helpful, and if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. So today we're looking at a game called Shing, which released recently on PS4 and then it got a PS5 upgrade. Well, I say upgrade, it was basically just a PS5 version. I think they increased the load times and that's about it. So basically, it's a old school side-scrolling beat 'em up, kind of like what you see with something like Streets of Rage or the other one, which I'm now forgetting, Golden Axe type thing maybe. And it's a really reminiscent of old school 90s style side-scrolling beat 'em up games. But as opposed to it being like a beat 'em up, it's got swords. Now, the game in general plays very well. It has a lot of different... There's 4 different characters you can choose from. Now, the control system takes a bit of getting used to because you have to use... Whereas, like, you'd think, oh, I just press A, B, or whatever, X circle to do certain moves, and square triangle, X, Y to do certain moves. You do all of the attacking moves really with the sword, with the right analog stick. Now, this can take quite a fair bit of getting used to. It takes a lot for you to get into that way of gameplay. Now, the game in general is spread across five or six different worlds, and you progress through the storyline over the different worlds, and there's like the snowy level and different themes, and that's good. But the graphics of the levels is really well done. It's beautiful, and like, it's reminiscent of games like Hades and such, where it's got that nice aesthetic and that type of graphical style. So if you've already played something like Hades, then you can see what the graphical style is kind of like. Basically though, you can't just button mash your way through all the levels. It doesn't really work. I tried the game on the hardest difficulty setting, and I had to drop back because at the hardest difficulty setting, if you're not blocking correctly, or you're not doing or jumping out of the way at the right point, you just can't progress with the game. It's very difficult on the hardest setting, but even on the lowest setting, it's still quite hard. You've still got to do some block moves now and again. You've still got to do certain bits and pieces to make sure that you progress through the level. And the game is a little unforgiving in that style of play. It's not maybe for very casual gamers, I'd say. And with that in mind, it could put some people off. But I don't think that's probably what this game is really aiming at. I think this is probably aiming at, like I say, those older 90s style games that people remember and loved, and they're looking for something else new. The characters are really cool. They're very reminiscent of like old school, like cartoon characters as well, which is pretty cool. I like that. And some of the characters come out with very cheesy but funny one-liners, which is just so funny. You play through it and you're like, all right, and you laugh at it. It's quite good in that sense. And that made the game even better for myself, because it was like, well, that's quite funny. That did kind of give you that enjoyability factor from the storyline and the funny puns and jokes that they're doing in the game. And yeah, like I say, the first 2 hours, I'd say, that I've tried on hard mode, I just kept dying. kept dying over and over and over again, so I had to drop down. And once I dropped down to the easiest setting, I was going okay. I wasn't dying as much. Like a level that takes you 20 minutes in the lower settings was taking me an hour on hard, or even longer, or even I couldn't get through it. So I basically started again, and that did help. I think the big problem this game has suffered with is a lot of the gaming journalist places and reviews have really give it a low score, and I think it's because it's quite hard. I think that difficulty level is really messed up the reviews, because after I played it, I've gone and looked at some other reviews before doing my own review, just to see what other people have said. And some places have just like really ripped into it, and I think most people are saying it's too difficult. Now I can see what they're saying; it is hard, but I think most people are going to pick this up, are going to know what they're getting into. They're not going to sit here going, "Oh, it's too difficult," because I think they know what they're getting into. So why? Like, unless you've given it to somebody to review who doesn't like this style of game, then you're kind of really painting the game in a bad light. Fair enough, it's not a 10 out of 10, and I get that. But certainly not the low scores that some of the main media have been giving this game. It's high up there. It's at least an 8 for an indie game. It's low budget. At least, I'd say at least pushing an 8. And like I say, it's full of good humour. It's well put together. It's got really good art style in the cutscenes. It's like a proper cartoon type cutscene. The trophies are not bad either. There's none related to difficulty. It's basically just to complete all the levels, complete the game, complete all the challenge rooms. I think there might be some time trials, so completing them at certain speeds. But I don't believe there was anything in it to do with the game being completed on the hardest settings. So it's not like you've got that to worry about. And like I say, if you put it on PS4 or Xbox One, you'll automatically get an upgrade to the next gen versions. So that's really good of the developer to be able to do that, because they have had to do some work to get it ported over to the newer game. And for an indie dev to do that, it's quite nice of them. So overall, I think this game's really good. It's really taken quite a bad bit of press from some of the reviewers. Like, giving this a 5 is a little bit lame, if you ask me. And yeah, I mean, if you want to know any more about the game, just drop me a few questions down below, and I'll quite happily answer them. But I mean, it's a good game. I'm not sure how it's going to fare on Switch. Some boss battles are so hard. It's like I tried over and over and over again, even on easy. So, and I haven't actually quite got to the end of it yet. I think I've got the last boss to do. I kept dying. But, it makes me want to do it. So, there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. And, like, it means you get more life out of the game. I might even try and play through it hard, but as I said, I don't think there's any trophies that are linked to being played hard. So, I'm not going to go through that type of pain. But, I mean, it would be cool to give it well suited to the Switch, because it's really short bursts of gameplay. If you're playing on an easy setting, you do the levels in like I say, about 20-30 minutes. And that's good for the Switch style of gameplay, because you can play it portably, and that means it's really good. I'm not sure what the load times are going to be like on the Switch version, because obviously I'm playing it here on PS5 and it's lightning fast. On the Switch it might be a little bit slower. And I have noticed quite a fair few games that I've been playing on both machines, the load times are put to the point where you're so used to them on the PS5, they're now unbearable on the Switch, which really starts to annoy you. But anyway, yeah, like I say, if you're new around here, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, just drop them down below. And if you like this video, please drop a like. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much, and goodbye.